I'm Christine O'Neill,
Dave O'Neill.
and we met in art college, MICA, years and years ago. I got awarded a sabbatical by my school system. I was an art teacher, public school art teacher, and Towson University decided to sponsor me towards a second master's, and I said, I'm going to go paint on site. So I didn't say where. It happened, people found out later, of course. We took off with our dog and our 11-year-old, and we hopped on our sailboat and we sailed from the Chesapeake to Bermuda, Bermuda to Antigua, all the way down to South America, Venezuela, Tortuguillas, all those places. And we had 14 months, and during the 14 months, I completed 52 paintings. And so when I finished a painting, David would...
I'd unstaple it, roll it into it, and put it in a shipping tube, and we'd ship it in a tube back to Towson State, where her professor unrolled it and graded it.
So since then, life's moved on, and it was in 2014, we bought a lot. We started building our house.
We had an art gallery there.
It was called Swan Creek Art Gallery. We've been building here for 3 years and still building.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, I teach art in Rock Hall. I teach it in Chestertown. We both participate in lots of things at River Arts. We both are members.
My degree is in graphic design, and I pursued that career for a number of years, but really was kind of bored with two-dimensional design. I liked three-dimension, and so I started doing more photography, which I'd always done, but I got into computer altering on a computer, so I rarely have photographs that look like photographs. I usually do a lot of manipulating. And some black and white drawing, and then it started getting into the crazy fish as just a whimsical thing. And they've been very well received, so I've been doing a lot of those because I love it because I get bored quickly doing the same thing. So being able to do a different fish because wood's not always the same, so I do that. Yeah, a lot of driftwood, painted boards, crazy things like that, a lot of texturing. Our daughter-in-law is South African, and we were in South Africa, a lot of interesting patterning there, so that influenced some of the painting I do on the fish. But I have now a good workshop to get messy in. Initially I was doing it on a boat because we're living on the boat for 12 years, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I have space to get messy, which is wonderful. So we both have our own spaces. She, does her painting, and I do my dust collection down there.
I find myself almost every time I get into a painting, I like light, I like shadow, and I like movement. Those three things are my impetus, my driving force in my paintings. Often I like to, in good weather, paint outside. And I can tell you right now, if somebody's in a painting, I take a picture, of course. If anybody says, oh yeah, I just paint from memory, I don't think there's many people that can do that really well. My husband can, but I don't. So if I really want something to be a little detailed and stuff, I'll work from a picture. The one behind me over here with the boats tied up to the shoreline. And that one I painted from sitting on the bow of our boat in the marina across the way. So this one's called Coconut Lady, and this is one of my favorite paintings. But the funny thing is, as we were talking, it's surprising what sells and what doesn't sell. This particular piece was used for the cover of many of the shows I was in, and I was very surprised that it never sold. But I'm glad, because I like it.
This is my shop for being messy and noisy, and there's no neighbors close by, so but when the doors are closed, it's very quiet inside, so I could just have a fun time in here. Primarily, I'm messing right now. My newest mode is working with fish, and you can see like this one here. What I normally do is take a piece of driftwood, niche as a base, and I'll incorporate the other parts in. Like these are doweled into the top, so they're good and strong, and I've actually mortised this jaw into this piece. And this is actually a piece of metal cookie tray from dollar store, and this is a taxidermy eye, which is on a magnet. So the fish, oops, is like that. I'll put this one on. The fish can, you can change the fish's, look by moving the eye around, which is kind of a fun look. And then like this one down here, some joinery work where the boards are let into the main piece like so, and there's some overlaps, and again the magnetic eye to give it a little more personality. For the most part, I like to assemble pieces, but sometimes I'll just paint a fish on the pieces in a certain technique. In this case, we know that these bright teal colors are one of my wife's favorites.